where Pac was even considering going to Bad Boy before his relationship. The boy Puffy called me, though. Puffy called me back in the day.
Get ready for a jaw-dropper. It seems the East Coast-West Coast rivalry ran deeper than just diss tracks. Before aligning himself with Death Row Records, Tupac was eyeing a spot with Diddy's Bad Boy Records. Was Diddy's rage over this perceived betrayal the reason behind Tupac's demise? We've got the inside scoop. According to Tupac's brother, Mopreme Shakur, Tupac and Biggie could have been on the same label under Bad Boy Records. In a candid chat with The Art of Dialogue on Tuesday, October 17, Mopreme let us in on this riveting piece of history. He shared, Tupac had a penchant for black-owned labels, wanting to support and be a part of the community. But as fate would have it, tension brewed and the connection between Tupac and Biggie strained, especially with Biggie being Diddy's pro-day.
And over time, things happened. Pac started seeing things. And, Biggie was on Puffy's label.
Adding another layer to this intricate web is Tupac's close friendship with Big Stretch, a former Thug Life member. Notably, Stretch was with Tupac the tragic night of his 1994 shooting at Quad Recording Studios. Their bond, however, became strained when Stretch later went on tour with Biggie. Mopreme stated, "It felt off. You were either with Tupac or not. Tupac took loyalty very seriously. And who can forget the legendary moment when Suge Knight stepped in, offering Shakur an escape from prison and a place at death row. Despite rumors of a hasty contract penned on a napkin or toilet paper, David S. Ash, a childhood pal of Tupac who witnessed this monumental moment, clarified, "It was on a legal pad. Everything was laid out right before me. Tupac was clear about his demands. A car, $1 million, and a house for his mother. The death row deal was sealed then and there." As the pieces fall into place, it's clear there's so much we didn't know about the intricate web of relationships and tensions that marked the golden era of hip-hop. And as we wonder about what could have been, it's hard not to think, was Diddy's rage the real motive behind Shakur's tragic end?
Las Vegas PD come charge Diddy, or you get a news report that says Diddy's taken into custody. That'd be a shock in my life.
As the dust of diss tracks and drive-by shots settled, the true nature of the Tupac-Biggie saga comes into clearer focus. We've unveiled many layers already, but the suspicion around Diddy and his role in this macabre tale only intensifies. Remember how Biggie frequently turned to Shakur for guidance? Their camaraderie was evident, and the raw potential of these two forces joining hands was astronomical. Imagine a world where Biggie had heeded Shakur's advice and took him on as a manager. But Shakur's advice to Biggie, "Nah, stay with Puff. He will make you a star," encapsulates the complexity of the situation. On the surface, it seems like just another nod to friendship, but underneath lies an intricate web of loyalties, ambitions, and bitter rivalries.
I hope the Vegas Police Department do their due diligence and get down to the bottom of it.
Fast forward to November 30, 1994, at Times Square's Quad Recording Studios. The gunshot echoes and the bloodstains on that floor continue to haunt hip-hop lore, with Biggie and Diddy upstairs. It's no wonder Shakur felt the sting of betrayal. Tupac said the crew looked surprised and guilty, but Puffy claimed they showed him nothing but love and concern. But could it be that this incident was not just an act of violence, but a calculated move by some behind-the-scenes puppeteer, further fueling the feud? Pac's subsequent alignment with Death Row Records, Com's direct competition, didn't just strain relationships. It redefined coasts. With Suge Knight's blatant call-out at the 1995 Source Awards show, it was clear that the battle lines were drawn. This wasn't just about music anymore. It was about power, territory, and influence. But it's Biggie's Who Shot Ya? That remains one of the most debated moments in this saga. Aimed at Shakur or not, its timing couldn't have been more provocative. Pac's fiery retaliation hit him up through gasoline on an already raging inferno. While claims about Tupac's involvement with Biggie's wife, Faith Evans, further muddied the waters, it's undeniable that their once strong bond was now broken beyond repair. The crux of our investigation takes us back to the ever-ominous presence of Diddy. Was it purely business, as most claim, that tied Biggie to Diddy? Or was it something more sinister? The whispers about Diddy's possible role in Pac's demise are hard to ignore, especially given that Tupac's jump to a rival record label not only threatened Bad Boy supremacy, but also questioned Diddy's credibility in the industry. We two individual people, we waged a coastal beef. One man against one man made a whole West Coast hate a whole East Coast, said Biggie, shedding light on how personal rifts turned into collective animosities. But Biggie's longing to end the feud after Tupac's demise speaks volumes about his true character. It's heartbreaking to think that Biggie was ready to turn a new leaf, but fate had different plans. As we delve deeper into the East Coast-West Coast feud, it's evident that the rap industry during the 1990s wasn't just about beats and rhymes. It was a colossal chessboard with players, both seen and unseen, making moves that would change the face of hip-hop forever. In this intriguing twist, Mopreme Shakur has disclosed that Sean Diddy Combs personally reached out to him, attempting to set the record straight about his supposed involvement in Tupac's tragic end. The boy Puffy called me, though, Mopreme revealed. Delving deeper into their conversation, Shakur narrated Puff called me back in the day. He was like, I just want you to know I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's murder. I know who you are, but we never met. And I just want to call you man to man and let you know that I ain't hot. Nothing to do with your brother's death. Such a proclamation, especially coming directly from Diddy himself, raises eyebrows. Was this a sincere attempt to clarify the past, or was there another motivation? Mopreme pondered upon the same, stating, now why was he calling, reaching out to me? It was in the early 2000s. LA Times had just dropped an article in the newspaper implicating him as well.
I told him I appreciate the call, but the truth is yet to come out, so we gonna see.
Shakur, however, is no stranger to skepticism.
He could have been trying to cover his ass, or he could have been sincere.
The cloud of doubt didn't just begin here. In fact, Mopreme had previously addressed the rumors about the Bad Boy CO's involvement in Tupac's demise on the Comedy Hype news show, right after the arrest of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. Davis, who was recently charged in connection with Tupac's 1996 assassination, has been vocal about Diddy. I don't have to do anything. This individual Keefe D mentioned Diddy's name. Law enforcement has a job to do. Will they do it? It does feel like Pace is being vindicated because back in them days when things were going down, everybody thought he was crazy. Mopreme expressed, emphasizing that despite Tupac's unorthodox ways of expression, it didn't render his suspicions invalid. I'm fortunate enough to have my freedom. I consume media. I've seen these interviews they speak of that they used to land this indictment on this dude. I've seen him and he's saying things I got questions about. Mopreme continued. Referring to Keefe D, Shakur pointed out, Keefe D mentioned certain people that may be accomplices, so at this point in the game, somebody's accountable. Are they going to make everybody he's talking about accountable? While Keefe D's arrest marked a significant breakthrough, the decades-old case is layered with intricacies, and the shadow of the East Coast-West Coast rivalry still looms large.
We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis.
Keefe D, a figure central to the entire debacle, has not refrained from pinning the blame on Diddy, even accusing him of dismantling the death row empire in a July interview.
If I wouldn't have never met him, I would have never been involved in this. You know what I'm saying?
As the layers of this mysterious saga continue to unfold, one fact remains evident. The world of hip-hop in the 90s was more than just music. It was about rivalry, power plays, hidden motives, and unfortunately, untimely ends. Only time will reveal if the full truth about Shakur's demise ever comes to light. For now, we continue to navigate this maze, seeking answers and hoping for clarity. After Mopreme's revelations, fan reactions to this unfolding drama poured in thick and fast. For many, the East Coast-West Coast beef has long been a topic of fascination, and the recent disclosures have only added fuel to the flames of speculation. We delved into some of these comments to gauge public sentiment on this ever-evolving tale. One fan's poignant observation captures the melancholic arc of Shakur and B.I.G.'s relationship. Tupac and B.I.G. were friends, then somehow it just all turned sour. Since that time, I can't recall a more publicized, dangerous rivalry in rap. What am I missing here? Another commentator offers a more optimistic perspective, highlighting a path not taken. Let's take time to look at the positives that could have been if Tupac signed with Bad Boy. Tupac would have still been the more successful between him and Biggie. However, Biggie may have never gotten as jealous as he did and might not have had Tupac shot up the first time. Nor would Puffy have had any animosity to cause the hit on Tupac and Biggie to take place. The general consensus among fans appears to oscillate between sorrow for what transpired and intrigue for what might have been. The overwhelming feeling is one of missed opportunities and the devastating consequences of ego and rivalry. While some sympathize with the artists caught up in the storm, others condemn the puppeteers believed to have orchestrated events from the shadows. Where do you land in this saga of rivalries and betrayals? Was Diddy genuinely reaching out to Moprame or covering tracks? And could the course of hip-hop history have changed if Tupac joined Bad Boy Records? Share your insights in the comments. Until next time, keep vibing and stay curious,